if you all haven't gotten the chance to experience, you need to go to regional vice president, obviously, because the business was made for people at regional vice president level to become financially independent, not the district or division or regional leader, but regional vice president. So you need to get to regional vice president. But one of the first things that the company does for you when you go to regional vice president is they send you to something called MIT, Millionaires in Training. Who's got the chance to experience that before? Okay, it's an unbelievable deal, and I was in the second MIT class. All right, and so I went out to Chateau Line. They put you up in this unbelievable place and right outside of Atlanta, and they asked. And what happened was the only people who speak to you are $1 million earners. Nobody, there's only $1 million earners for 2 straight days. That's it. That's all you hear from. All right. Now, wouldn't you love to be mentored by that? And let me tell you, you don't pay for anything. Okay. They take everybody who makes them. It's probably like, 30 different speakers in 2 days, and that's all you hear from. So the only people who aren't making $1 million that will speak to you are the top 3 people from the first class. So, they put that challenge out there. And what they do is they seat you by income levels when you get there. So I go, and I was sitting in about the 4th row. And you talking about there's probably like 50 rows, you know what I'm saying? But I was sitting on about the 4th row. And, they said, well, we're going to have the top 3 folks come back and speak at the next one. So I just said, okay, well, it's unfortunate for the rest of the folks in here. They got 2 spots left. Because I'm going to be back here. You know what I'm saying? So, I did the work necessary, came back, asked me to speak. They took the top 3. I was the number 1 RVP coming back. But they said, well, we want you to talk about what you've been focused on since you went to regional vice president. And it's been real simple. And I told them this, and they were like, no, you got to go in more depth than that. I said, I just been focused on staying focused. And they were like, what do you and I said, well, and I sat with Mr. Woodard. We talked about it. And I just said, okay, I'm going to go through it. And so Brett really took a lot of my speech, okay, on accident, because the things I stayed focused on were the fundamentals, which he talked about, some of the basics of building our business, which is some of the things that Bill Woodall taught me early on, and then the competition about it. That's what I stayed focused on, the fundamentals, the business basics, and the competition. And so, the fundamentals, now one of the things that I learned, and the lady who typed this up for me got it wrong, because personally recruiting goes before personally selling, okay? But I remember, just like he said it, the very first day of practice when I was in the 1st grade, okay, I was horrible. But I remember vividly learning, we were doing the dribbling around the cones, passing, the chest pass, thumbs down, fingers up, okay? And then how to shoot. That's all we did. First day of practice. First day of practice with Larry Brown when I was with Detroit, dribbling around cone. Well, we weren't dribbling around cone. We were just dribbling down and forth back, for about a week. All right, doing passing drills and shooting jump shots. That's all we did. The exact same thing in the NBA as I did in 1st grade on the Biddy ball team. Okay, the exact same thing. And so all you doing is you just getting it to a point where you're doing it at a higher level. But it's the exact same thing. If you can't dribble, pass, and shoot, you can't play. It don't matter if you're in the 1st grade. Right, they'll let you double dribble and all of that in the first, run with the ball, okay? But when you get to about 4th, 5th grade, they start calling traveling on you. You know what I'm saying? So the earlier you get the fundamentals down, the better chance you're gonna have of excelling a lot quicker, right? So just like Brett said, you can't jump over these fundamentals. You got to get this stuff down pat. Okay, and the first fundamental in our business, you have to be able to recruit somebody. Right? You're the HR person for your business. It's funny, I talk to a lot of different people at all different levels. I talk to people with district leaders, talk to people NSDs, SNet, and a lot of them, when I talk, especially the younger folks in the business, what do I need to do to get my people going? You get going. You go recruit some people, and if they're the right kind of people, they'll follow your lead. Okay, but don't get a couple people and slip into management. If you're the HR person for your business, if you're the human resources person for your business, then you need to go find the human resources, right? You got to go recruit the people so you can build your business. All right, and so you got to learn how to personally recruit. When I was in my first 12 months in the business, I actually, for the first 12 months and the last 12 months, I've averaged 4 recruits a month personally. 3.5 I don't know, I used to get a half, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But, about 3.5, 4 recruits the last 12 months, first 12 months, right at 4 recruits a month personally. And see, a lot of people, they hear all the success I've had. The first 6 months in the business, I recruited 30 people, none of which are still with me. I was by myself in my 6th month. Now, granted, that month I recruited 9 people, and I did $19,500 in premium by myself because I was doing those first 2 things. See, I always was in a position to make money because I worked hard, okay? But I just couldn't duplicate myself. But from the 6th month to the 10th month, I went from being by myself to having a $35,000 base shop, okay, as a regional leader, giving up a replacement leg to Bill Whittle that has since had 4 RVPs promoted out in the last 2 years. And the RVP that I promoted, that I promoted after, that I kept, the leg I ended up keeping, she's at a RVP making $200,000 because we taught them how to do the same thing. See, if you're recruiting 1 person a month and you're doing $2,000 in production a month, and that's what they're seeing, then that's what they're going to think they need to do. All right, so unless you decide to go personally sell, personally recruit, then you're not going to build a team that does it. Okay? I've heard Ivan Earl say, a dud don't attract a stud. Okay, so you got to go get it going. And, obviously, it's just a matter of you making a decision to go do it. So from a personally selling standpoint, Bill Whittle and, Art Williams talked about 8531, and then that got passed on to me, 8531. And if you understand doing 8531 consistently, okay, and I'm jumping ahead of myself right now, but somebody is not going to do what you're not doing. The RVP that I promoted out, she wrote $22,000 a couple months ago personally. She's got an organization, it did like $50,000 that month. So they still did outside of her another another $26,000, $28,000. Right? That's not bad, right? She had a nice income month that month. But what you got to understand is she saw me write $19,000 in production. So for her to do 20, it was a great thing, but it wasn't something that was out of the realm of possibility. You know what I'm saying? But if you think, oh, Lord, I can't write 10,000 because you never seen that happen, then you're going to have a tough time doing that, right? I was talking to Mr. Giesberg earlier. He said, you go out and you write 9,000, 10,000 every month. Now we just got to get to, where we duplicate that, where a lot more people are doing that kind of stuff, right? But still recruiting 4 people every month, right? And then personally train it. If you are the master copy, everybody ever made a copy of something and then made a copy of the copy and a copy of the copy and copy, and how does it end up looking? How does it look? It doesn't look good. It looks bad, right? Because you keep making a copy of a copy. That's what happens when you make a decision that I'm going to train this person, but I'm going to let them all train it. You got to go down below. You got to have a mindset like Brett was talking about. I work for you. Every time I go through the 5-star plan with somebody, whether it's my personal direct or whether it's somebody a couple people deep, okay, I work for you. All right, if you're willing to go put me in front of the people, because what do they bring to the table? People bring to the table the market that they have, and that's it. That's all they bring, right? And if they don't have a market, then they got to be willing to go through the rejection to build a market, okay? But you need to be personally training these people, because if you're the master copy, wouldn't you want a bunch of people who copied from the master, right? And then the leadership, that's the self-improvement part. That's getting back there to PFS Media and trying to get better. You know what I'm saying? Listening to things, reading things, doing extra job, all this other stuff, all kind of things. Just get yourself better, because the team you have right now and the person you are right now can't get you where you want to go. I fully understand that. That's why every morning, goals and affirmations, writing down what I'm reading, what I'm listening to, because I know that I have to raise my lid as a leader to get better. And I can't raise my lid by listening to, in Baton Rouge is 94.1. You know what I'm saying? I might be bouncing, but I'm not getting better. So I understand that I have to continue putting the right things in my mind to grow me as a leader. And I got to practice with that, right? I got to get out there and deal with people so I can get better from a leadership standpoint. And then the fundamentals stay the same, guys. I'd say that's about it when it comes to Primerica. You agree with that, Kerry, pretty much? That's it. You get good at that stuff, you'll be good at Primerica. Okay? Because if you can recruit, and if you can teach those people how to make money, and you can teach those people how to teach other people how to build a business, recruit, and make money, and then you can get them to come with you and follow you, and you can get them to come play, and you got a leader. I mean, you got a team. That's all a team is. And so, the basics of the business was the next thing we focused on. And the first thing in terms about the basics of the business were seeing 30 people in 30 days. I talked about that the other day. And if you think about that concept, it's not really that hard. It really isn't that tough. Okay, if a person's full-time, would we say that in a matter of a week, you could work 4 days? Not including the opportunity meeting. Would that be too much to ask? Has anybody ever in their career gone on 3 appointments on one night? Has anybody ever done? If you ever done that, raise your hand. I'll say that's about half the room has done that before, okay? All right, and the other half probably just hadn't tried yet. So most people, anybody can do that. Think about this. If you took, let's say your opportunity meetings on a Thursday night like ours is, okay? You got Monday and Tuesday, you see 3 appointments a night. Wednesday, you go see 2 appointments. Thursday, you go to the opportunity meeting. Friday night, you have a date night with your wife. You don't do anything. All right, so how many appointments is that in a week? That's it. 3 plus 3 plus 2. 8, right? 3 plus 3 plus 2. I mean, y'all, hope I'm not putting y'all to sleep, right? All right. That's 8 appointments, right? 8 appointments in 4 weeks is 32 appointments. Now, you tell me if you got in front of 32 people, and that's not counting during the day. Let's say you just do an interview a day, during the day, 5 days a week, right? That's another 20. So that's another 20 plus 32, that's 52 people. Who in here would tell me, look at me in my eye and tell me that if I saw 52 people, my business would not explode? How hard were you really working to make that thing happen, though? You didn't have to work that hard to make that happen. You smart. Just making sure that you got enough, that you've recruited enough people that they can put you in front of enough people. That's where you got to see, everything's going to roll right back to recruiting. You recruit enough people to put you in front of enough people, you don't have a problem. R. Williams said what will solve every problem that you have? Go get a new recruit. Okay? So you recruit enough people to put you in front of enough people. So you're going to see 30 people in 30 days. A new person can do that. A brand new person who says, I'm sold out, I'm going to do this, they can do that. Okay, they can definitely do 30 people in 30 days. And then 8531. You're talking about having 4 recruits partially, okay, and then 12 sales. Now think about this, the 12 sales. I've always been taught that once you get to be a big regional leader, big being 20, 25,000, and a regional vice president, out of those 3 sales that you made, 8 appointments, 5 F&As, 3 clients, 1 recruit. Out of those 3 clients, 2 of them should be training, 1 of them should be personal. And if you recruited enough people, should that be a problem? Not at all. All right. So you got 2 training sales, 1 personal sale, and that means you're duplicating yourself because you're teaching somebody else how to do it, right? And if you do that every 4 weeks, that's 12 sales in a month. Watch this. Who has ever made in their career at Primerica 12 sales in a month? Just do me a favor, stand up real quick. All right, now wait, don't clap for them, wait. Now, if you're an RVP and you're standing up, raise your hand. Wait a minute, hold on, wait. Everybody that's raising their hand is an RVP. Except for these 2 guys on the front got every single number 1 plaque last night. Okay, all right, he's a top regional leader. RVP, top regional leader, Jimmy Meyer, and I got James Holloway. Right? Now, you did it 1 month, right, James? That was the first month you did it, you were number 1 in the base shop, right? See, guys, thank y'all. All I'm telling you, the people who do it are the ones who end up winning, right? And Jimmy will tell you, by no stretch is he a sales guru. He understands recruiting, but he recruited so many people, and they were taking him everywhere, right? All right, so you get in a situation where you got to learn how to make some sales, right? Because they put you in front of all these people. 8531, 12 sales. And then look, the last thing is 90-day madman cycles. This is all I run my business off of. This is what we focus on. Because see, this business doesn't work like this. It doesn't go like that. It's not supposed to. It works in these cycles. Why does it work in these cycles? Real quick, I'm gonna do an example. 1, 2, 3, 4. Run up here, right quick. 4. Come on. Okay. I recruit these 4 young ladies, right? This is how this deal works. And y'all tell me if it's not. I personally recruit them. She signs the IBA, you can't find her, right? Primerica Witness Protection Program, better than FBI, CIA. Sorry, so she goes, soon as she signs and walks out the office, never to be seen again, all right? The next young lady, all right, she signs her IBA, and she gonna disappear for a while. She might come up to a couple more meetings, but she ain't gonna stick, right? And it's not your fault. This is just the way it goes. So she's gone. Sorry, okay? Then the next person, she will stick around. She'll stay positive. She might just like the environment. So she'll keep coming around. And she might do something, or she might lead you to James Holloway. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna run her off, because somebody has to be clapping when we get our awards. Okay? And then she will end up doing something, but not right away. See, the way it works, Jimmy, when I say it wrong, tell me, okay? What's gonna happen with her is it's gonna take 6 to 8 weeks for her to get basically trained, right? If she's working the system. Remember I told you how we can do it in 6 weeks? If we in 6 to 8 weeks, she'll be basically trained. That third month, I might be able to count on her to get out there and write $3,000, $4,000 in production and recruit 2 or 3 people without me, right? Because I don't see what you can't fool yourself into thinking is I built a district leader. No. You just requalified for district and they don't know what the heck they're doing, right? You just did everything for them and we said that they're a district, but they really don't know what they're doing. So you don't fool yourself into that. In 3 months, she'll be able to do the deal without me. So she better go write $3,000 to $5,000. And if that's what she's seen happening, then that's what she'll expect to happen, right? So every month we can count on a new person coming in, write $3,000 or $5,000 every month, right? Without question, we're gonna have somebody brand new get out and write $5,000 in production. It might be 1, sometimes 2, 3. Okay? So think about this. If it takes me 3 months to get her that's how we take it to the next level in 3 months. Because I'm not the only one that's recruiting people, right? You got a team of people. So what it does is it clicks along for 3 months, and then it goes up. And it clicks along for another couple months. If you continue doing what? The right things. See, success is inevitable if you do the right things long enough. That's what R. Williams said. Success is inevitable if you do the right things long enough. Okay, what are the right things? Recruit, train, and develop people. So 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. That's how it works. Appreciate that, y'all. All right, that's how it works. So what you got to do is you got to build it in 90-day cycles. My first 3 months as an RVP, we did about 16,009 recruits. My next 3 months as an RVP, we did about 28,015, 16 recruits. My third 3 months of the RVP, after 9 months, we averaged about 40,028 recruits. Because we were just building in these 90-day cycles, getting licensing cycles, getting people rolling. All right? And then the last thing is the competition. If you hadn't noticed, see, Jimmy is good at stirring up competition. I've learned that, okay? And it's not even bashful about it either. He calling people's names out. Most people, they don't even call, he gonna call the name out. They gonna beat you. Stand up in the middle of everything, right? Always compete. That's one of the reasons I came to this deal. That's what drew me in. The competition. See, I would have went crazy if I had to just show up every day just to show up. I had to be competing. I had to be going after something. You know what I'm saying? I stay in touch with Jay Wright and Brett probably more than I stay in touch with anybody outside of my own team, because we compete. But what? In Primerica, it's all friendly competition, because the bottom line is if he gets better, then it's gonna force me to get better, and then the whole company has more examples of people that are winning, right? So it's all good from a competition standpoint with us. And play to win. Why would you even come here if you're not trying to win? Why would you even come here if you're not trying to win? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and win it whatever it is. Just win a plaque, win a T-shirt, win some recognition at the opportunity meeting. It don't matter if he said we playing for a pin. I want the pin, not because of the pin, because I want to be number one. It was like my whole life, I was just, you're supposed to compete. You're supposed to be number one. You're supposed to win. I was just brainwashed. So it's like I can't get out of it now. Some of y'all, we got, you got to get into the mindset of competing. Competing is good. Okay, competition is great. And winning is even better. So at least make an effort. And then look, be the go-to person. Everybody at some point, and it's like Jimmy said, in my life, I mean, my parents do well. I don't have to be the go-to person in my family, right? But that doesn't matter. I want to be the go-to person anyway. You know what I'm saying? But your situation, you might have to win. You might have to be the go-to person to make sure that your family is going to be okay. And if there's added pressure, I'm sorry, right? Pressure busts pipes. Either you're going to crumble or you're going to crystallize. You got to go one way or another, right? So ask yourself a simple question. Why did you decide to join Primerica? Okay. And what motivated you when you made that decision? Because whatever motivated you enough to sign that paper, everybody at some point thought, you know what? This is going to be my deal. This is going to be the thing. Enough for you to sign that paper. That's what I thought. See, one of the differences between myself and some of you, because I know guys like Brett saw it probably, like Jimmy Myers, they saw it early on. I thought of this as my business right away. When I signed the IBA, I never was working for Bill Whittle. I never was working for Primerica. I don't even use the word work for. That makes me feel bad. Okay? I'm working with Primerica, and I'm using their money to build a multi-million-dollar business for myself, my family, and my community. I use Primerica's resources. Primerica works for me. That's the way you got to think. That's got to be your mindset. And then a builder's mindset. Real quick, I'm going to run through this. A builder's future focus is the same thing that Brett was talking about. You got to go get a large network of outlets. You got to go get a sales force. That's what this deal's all about, right? You have to go get a bunch of people, but you can't. It's not just about having a bunch of people, right? You can go get a bunch of Coke machines, but if you hadn't trained them and developed them, meaning they don't have any Cokes in them, then it's useless. It's out of order. Great point. Okay, you got a bunch of out of order outlets. What good is that? Hey, push a button. I don't know how to do smart. Hey, push a button. I don't know how to do. It's not about the products. It's about just letting them understanding the basics. I was talking in the securities class, all right, and I didn't think nobody would ever ask me to speak in the securities breakout, right? But the bottom line was I'm proficient at explaining the basics of that stuff. I'm by no means am I a guru. If you want to be a guru at anything, get a guru at people skills. Okay? All right, but you have to understand it. You got to know how to do something, right? All right, and then so large base of clients using multiple products, that'd be great. But a large base of clients comes from a large sales force. A large sales force comes from you recruiting more people. And then you got to build it 3 times, guys. You got to build it in your mind. And the funny thing, this sounds like pie in the sky stuff, but I'm telling y'all, this is the deal. You got to be able to think about having a huge organization. I was talking to guys from Maine up here last night, and as all the recognition was going on, I had them and I said, you know what? Y'all can have a meeting just like this in about, 4 years. This can be a meeting at Maine, and it is y'all. But you gotta better visualize that before that's gonna happen. If you can't visualize it, it's not gonna happen. Right? And then the next thing, you gotta build it on paper. James and Shante were talking about writing the goals and affirmations down every morning. Oh, that's not necessary. We don't need to do that. You don't have to do anything. That's just what we do. That's just what I've done to help me reach the goals that I've reached. It probably is another way out there. I'm just teaching you what I know. I like to keep stuff simple. Build it on paper. And then you got to go do something. You got to go build it in reality. See, a lot of people forget to do that part. In the Fast Start Planner says, dream it, plan it, do it. Dream it, plan it, do it. You got to have a phenomenal dream. You got to you need to put together a great plan. But bottom line, you need to go do something. And most people got the first two down pat. They just forget to do the third part. And then people always ask me, well, what do you think if you had to tell me one thing, what's the secret? There is no secret. The secret is going to be work ethic. But the three things that I think really have helped me accomplish what I've accomplished in the period of time we have is, number one, the coachability. Coach say jump high. Run through that wall, how fast, okay? I mean, it's not, there were no questions. Because what I understood is, we going to run this play right here. We got 5 seconds left. Coach, I don't really want to run that play. Okay, that's fine. You run over here to the sideline. Take a seat. So coachability wasn't anything I had to, because I understood if the coach said run the play, we need to go run the play. Because it's in the coach's best interest to win the game, right? Coach don't win the game, he gets fired. So he's going to do what he thinks at the time. Now, does that mean that's always going to be the right call? No. But if he's running the show, when I decide that I'm going to be the coach, or when I get my own coaching job, then I can call the plays I think I need to run. If I'm not coachable to him, guess what's going to come back around to me? Non-coachable people. So I'm going to be totally coachable 100% of the time. All right? Because the coach is your best. He wants you to be successful. She wants you to be successful, right? It's in their best interest. It's called overrides. Okay? So they want you to be successful. Be coachable. The next thing, the work ethic. Can't get ahead, stand in the bed. Now, this one might be kind of tough, but this one my grandfather told me, Collis, you need to think like a master and work like a slave. He said, you need to always know what's going on, but you need to be in the middle of it, getting it done. You don't need to be telling people what to do. You need to be in the middle of it, making it happen. And at the same time, understanding what's going on as a whole. And then no focus. You need to get a goal and become so laser focused on accomplishing that none of the peripheral stuff can stop you. Right? All a laser is focused light. Now we can have this light and this, it's keeping everything lit up right now. But if you focus that light to one specific place, it can burn through some steel. It ain't burning through your skin right now. It's too cold up in there as it is, right? But it's just not totally focused. See, a lot of people, you like this light. This is how your focus is. It's there. It's seen. As you can see, it's lighting up a little something. But it's not where it can burn through some metal. That's just the difference, right? Brett's focus when it comes to recruiting is like burning through some steel. Yours is like deflecting off of it. You know what I'm saying? You just need to get a level of focus that you will not allow anything to penetrate. Okay? And then the last thing, guys, the 5 reasons people fail to succeed. Rejection. See, it's all, Jimmy, am I okay on time? This is the last thing I'm doing. Want me to do this? Okay, I'll do that in the afternoon. All right, that's for the afternoon. Come back, okay?